Wild horses have roamed the Nevada landscape for more than a century. Nearly half of all the wild horses in the United States can be found in the Silver State. With over 250,000 acres of public land in Nevada, it becomes necessary to maintain a balance between the wildlife, forage, and domestic livestock. The responsibility for this lies with the Bureau of Land Management, or BLM. The Palomino Wild Horse and Burro Center near Reno, Nevada, is one such facility. Often potential adopters don't have the time or the expertise to accomplish this. One unique program, established by the Mustang Heritage Foundation, is to increase the number of these adoptions from BLM holding facilities. Potential trainers have 100 days to transform a Mustang from wild to mild.
Nevada has the largest and the most number of horses out on the range. Over 80, I believe there's 88 herd management areas. So, you know, there's a big drive in getting these horses adopted, finding a forever home. The Mustang Heritage Foundation partners with the BLM. They started this program back in 2007. September of 2007 was their first makeover, and since then they've been in over 21 states, 33 cities. Since starting the program, they've adopted out, I think, 6,200 animals at a cost savings annually per animal for the federal government of approximately $48,000 to $50,000. So this is bigger than anything.
This will be I want to say my fourth makeover, and I'm really excited this time because in the past I haven't been able to spend as much time with my Mustangs as I want to, and this year I'm taking a lighter load of horses so that I can really spend all the time with my Mustang and get them nice and gentle and broke and ready to show.
Well, I'm not really certain as far as what to expect, you know, nerves-wise. I guess this is my first time competing in the makeover, but Carissa's pretty experienced in it, and I've been present for a lot of her training and helped her when she needed it and whatnot. So the whole training aspect of it's not very foreign, but the rest of it's going to be a new experience.
Part of the Extreme Mustang Makeover, probably the biggest part where you experience the most excitement and exhilarating part as a trainer, I would expect, is picking up the Mustangs at our wild horse facility in north of Reno out of Palomino Valley.
What we're doing here today is we're loading up the horses that are going to be part of the competition at the Extreme Mustang Makeover at Reno Rodeo this summer. 38 trainers are coming here Friday and Saturday to the Palomino Valley National Wild Horse and Burro Adoption Center here in Reno, Nevada. And they are picking up their horses, and they're going to have 100 to 110 days to train their horses before they go to the competition at the Reno Rodeo in June.
My husband and myself are both competing this year. He's at work today, so I'm picking up by myself. And today we start the 100-day journey to the Reno Rodeo. In 100 days, we'll compete with these Mustangs with about 30 other trainers, and we'll show what they're capable of and how versatile the Mustang is. And at the end of the competition, all of these horses will be for sale. So it's a great opportunity to get a Mustang started under saddle and ready to go on with. All of our horses are random draw, so we don't get to meet them basically until we pick them up. Once I got started with the Mustangs, I just couldn't stop. This will be my fourth makeover, and I'm totally hooked. I don't think I'll ever stop doing them.
They put them into a chute, so they back their trailer up to this small chute. The horses are in this pen. They put a halter on them, maybe, if they can.
So this is yours?
Yeah, this one's mine.
Alrighty.
First one was my husband's.
Okay.
They're wild. They're right off the range in some cases, and they're pretty much not hands off, right? They haven't had a human touch really, and some of them never.
Well, this is my horse, Rambler. His show name is going to be Ramblin' Heartbreaker, but I just call him Rambler for now. This is our 15th day together since pickup.
He's learning to soften up right now. I've put 2 rides on him so far. He's gonna be cool. He's just gonna take more time.
Yesterday was our 8th ride together, and he went and participated in a trail trial, and he did pretty good. He's been a horse that has some of the most try I think I've ever seen out of a Mustang, and all he wants to do is please me, and I really like him. He's gonna be a really nice horse. I'm excited about him.
You know, Creasa lucked out. She got a horse that's I don't know, kind of ready to go to work, so to speak. You know, Drifty, he takes a little bit more trust exercises. So I got him picking up both front feet and whatnot, and I've taught him to send a little bit. So we're gonna do a little groundwork. You let pressure off when they do what you want them to. So I stop pestering him with the end of the rope when he starts moving out like I want. If he starts to do something I don't want him to do, I give him a little bit more pressure. And then I tell him to disengage. Just by body English. I don't necessarily say anything to him. Horses don't speak, but they speak with their body. You gotta do the same thing back to them. In a herd mentality, when you're a herd leader, you tell your horses in your herd to do what you want them to. If you want your horse to move, you start going at their hindquarters. You start teaching them to move off you. And they'll move off you based on how you're projecting onto them.
I want to say I had him like 3 to 5 days before I rode him, and we've just been riding almost every day since. He's gotten to go play with cows. He really likes chasing steers, and he goes out on the trail. He rides in the arena. Overall, he's just a really nice horse to work with. The one thing that's been kind of tough with him is that he doesn't like to hold his feet still. And so it's hard, like at the trail trial yesterday, we did a lot of standing around, and that was really hard on him because he just wants to keep moving around and go check everything out. So learning how to hold his feet still is going to be one of his toughest things. And he has a little bit of separation anxiety too. When we're out riding with other horses and then we try to leave those other horses, that's a bit of an issue right now, but he'll get over it probably in the next couple of weeks.
Well, unfortunately I didn't get to go on pickup day. I had to work. So I was working, and then so she brought home that other Mustang that we had to take back, and that was all right. I mean, I wasn't too thrilled with it. Her horse was bred in facility, right? He was born in facility, and he was gelded as a yearling. Mine was rounded up last year and gelded like, what, 6 months ago? Yep. Yeah, so big difference. Some horses, it's way better to have a teammate. You got it on his ears. That's the hardest part.
Good boy.
Yeah, this is his third ride. He's kind of a turd about the bit in his mouth. He has no problem moving his feet, which is good. A lot of horses get froze up. He was a little feisty on the ground at first. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit of it. Bratty little face. You see a little bit of his feisty stuff when we were trying to bridle him. All the issues he has are common with horses that are gelded late. So he'll quiet down. I mean, I think the biggest issue that we have right now is just bridling him. You know, he's softening up on his lead. You know, he's pretty quiet. Outside of that, he gets a little neurotic in his pen. He paces a lot, but I think it's just a buddy thing.
So the first time I went to bridle him, he was a little touchy about his ears, but he was more interested in what I was trying to put in his mouth. So he opened his mouth right up because he thought maybe my hand would end up in there, and he got the bit instead. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Whoa. Yesterday he learned how to stop, and since learning how to stop, he showed me that he's really good at it. We had a bit of a hard time our first ride because he didn't want to go right at all. Whoa. And normally you could see that kind of stuff on the ground, but on the ground before our first ride, he was all about that right eye, and he just wanted to keep it on me. So I thought for sure we'd have a hard time on the left side. So it's kind of funny that way, where his groundwork doesn't really transfer to his back. But once he gets over something like that right eye problem, that's it. He never goes back to having that issue again, at least so far. It's all been pretty small things and normal struggles. We're really different. We share a lot of things that we do the same, but in the end, we're gonna have some very different horses here. It'll be fun to see. I've got 8 client horses right now. So you would see about 8 horses tied up around the property and saddled up, ready to go to work. Oh yeah, it's a zoo out here, and everything's a chore. You gotta feed everything. The pig especially, if I don't feed him before I feed the horses, he's getting into my old pony's grain and he won't let him eat. So we gotta take care of the pig above all else. And then all the dogs and our goat even. It really is a zoo out here.
He's definitely coming along pretty well. I mean, he's way less sensitive about this kind of stuff, whereas before he'd be all twitchy and whatnot, but that's just working with him and handling him. I'm doing this right here just to kind of get his mind into the working mode. This will be the second time that these 2 horses are riding together in the arena. Good Mustangs.
He's pretty much just coming along little by little. There's nothing out of the ordinary with him that I've never experienced before. so he's been pretty fun. I've ridden him bareback. I actually had Sean's 5-year-old son ride him bareback the other day in the round pen, and he's a gem. He's really sweet. He was a babysitter for that kid, and it was great. We've been trying really hard to be consistent with them. Both of them are gonna have fancy feet right now. But I've been working Rambler almost every day, and he goes everywhere with me. If I go to a barrel race or a trail trial, he's gonna go with me so he gets the exposure. Drifty hasn't quite been ready yet to go places, but he started trailer loading this week, and we're hoping to take him to his first trail trial tomorrow. And basically just the more places we can get them, the better exposure and the more ready they'll be for showtime in June. We're here today at the Washoe Valley Rockin' LJ Arena, and what we're doing, we're calling it Extreme Fundraising. So we just had a barrel race here, and now we're going to the fundraising part of it, and we're going to have a men's barrel race with men that have never done barrels before, and they're on barrel horses, so they'll be hanging on for dear life. And then we're doing a jockey challenge where girls are pairing up with other barrel racers, and we're swapping horses that we've never raced before, so we're going to see how we do there. And then we're finishing up with a bareback race. So we're gonna try and run barrels without a saddle. And all of this, all the funds from people entering this is going towards Rambler and Drifty because they were a little underweight when we got them. And so they've kind of busted our Mustang budget, and we're just recouping from that. So we're really excited to see how we do and have a lot of fun today. We had an awesome time. I think we had probably like close to 20 people total entered in the 3 different events, and now I'm just passing out awards.
Grace.
Danny, you win bottle of Jack. Sean wins Coors. Can I get? Yeah, thank you guys for participating. Yeah, you won the jockey, so you get gift certificates for the next race.
Thank you.
And Stevie, you won the bareback, so you get a bottle of Excel.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I got 3rd in the bareback challenge. It was terrifying and worth it. Everybody had a ton of fun, so we're super excited for our second fundraiser we'll be doing in June because everybody's already asking about it. We're here today at the Carson River with Rambler and Drifty, and this is our pony Blue. And we like to come here because there's all sorts of fun obstacles for us to play on. They have some bridges, they have logs everywhere, and there's humans that walk around because this is a Frisbee golf course, so it just gets them a lot of awesome exposure, and it's one of our favorite places to ride. So we have less than 30 days, about 30 days left until we show, and both of our horses are doing really well. We couldn't be happier with them. Rambler is turning out to be a really nice little cow horse. I've been taking him out to Yerington to work cows, and he loves it. He's all about telling those cows what to do, so it's been a lot of fun. And they're doing really well. They've got Rambler does flying lead changes, Drifty's got some simple lead changes. They both stop and spin really well. They've got all their basic maneuvers, and they're really good with other people. So they're totally ready to find their new perfect home, and hopefully someone great comes along at the auction and takes them home. We're here checking Just Drifty in, and Rambler's still at home because he has a soft tissue tendon injury to his left front, and he's looking at 4 to 6 months recovery time on that. I've just been leaving him tied up and hobbled a lot of the time to make him relax and give him the time to heal. So we've adopted him, and we'll just rehab him and see how he does, and hopefully in a year he'll be super solid again.
Well, we made it to the makeover. Unfortunately, Crease's horse didn't make it. He ended up getting hurt. So it's just Drifty and me flying solo on this guy. So hopefully we can do everybody proud.
10, 11, 12. Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you taking this challenge. We appreciate all the hard work, the time, the effort, the money. This is not the first group of trainers or horses that I've seen, so I know everything that you've put out. These horses are actually looking for you because they're here. They sense the crowd. They sense all these other horses. They're looking to you for guidance.
Number 27 already loaded up in the round pen. Here's High Plains Drifter. Hip number 27 is a 6-year-old sorrel gelding. Sean Seppi from Dayton, Nevada. Well, friends, that was High Plains Drifter at 2070. You saw a lot of good stuff in that ride right there. A lot of really good stuff. We're going to move down to hip number 27 at High Plains Drifter. Here's a Bay Gelding. Got gathered from Goshen, Nevada. Sean Seppi right here is an avid conservationist, enjoys training horses alongside his wife. At Kimset Performance Horses, the welder and pipe fitter. As an outdoorsman, he enjoys including horse-related activities into his hunting and fishing adventures. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Seppi, now the Dayton, Nevada, High Plains Drifter, hit number 27. Right there. Nevada, hit number 27. Mark that one down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean Septing and High Plains Drifter, hit number 27.
We've got the trainers up here. We're going to be doing our class awards.
Your champion just by half a point in the adult handling and conditioning with a 59.5, High Plains Drifter and Sean Septing.
Go Ducks!
All right, here we go. The top 10 that are going to make it. These are the ones that are going to go on to compete in the compulsory maneuvers and also the freestyle tomorrow. Sean Septing and High Plains Drifter.
Well, Drifty and Sean had a phenomenal day yesterday. They started off taking first in handling and conditioning with just a smoke and run. He was the best trailer loading horse. It was so awesome to see. They ended up placing 6th overall for the preliminary rounds, and they made the top 10 for the finals. And we'll start that today at 1 o'clock. And we have a really exciting freestyle planned. We were building obstacles all night long because we are never prepared for freestyles. But we're really excited, and we're really excited to see who gets Drifty at the end of the day. He'll be the last one to sell, and it's going to be tough for both of us, but we're excited to see where he goes.
This is High Plains Drifter, hit number 27, and Sean Septing from Dayton, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your number 27 High Plains Drifter, Sean Septing out of Dayton, Nevada. 118. That is Sean Septing and High Plains Drifter at hit number 27.
We'll talk a little bit about each of the horses and offer them up for adoption.
This is our last horse, hip 27, Sean Septing. Okay, this horse was #1 in the handling and conditioning, so obviously the judges thought a lot about him. Sean told me he calls him dependable, reliable. He's got a good eye on him. He doesn't get upset. Pretty easy going. You can see all that right now.
Down 2, 2,200 out of where down 2, now 3, now 4, 2,400 now 5, 25, 5, now 6, 26, 7, 7, 45, 45, 6, good, 6, 7, 8, 48, 4,808, now 9, 51, Let's give that young lady a big hand, $5,000. Fire number 1.
So today we ended up walking away with 6th place overall. We did really good in the freestyle, and we did all right in the maneuvers. But he was the second highest seller today, and I'm super proud of him. You know, he gets to come back with us. You know, the buyer decided that she wants him to spend more time with me. You know, and I'm glad. You know, it makes me happy. So I'll get to use him this year to hunt off of, and you know, it'll be a reminder of what we did together.